I'm Hannah.
And I'm Matt Hannah.
And this is Horror Hour with the Hannahs,
where we binge what goes bump in the night.
And today we are doing a bonus episode mini review of the newly released Shelby Oaks.
Hell yeah. Tell us about it.
Shelby Oaks is produced, written, and directed by Chris Stuckmann in his feature directorial debut. It's starring Camille Sullivan, and it had its world premiere at the Fantasia International Film Festival in July before this release in October. The back of the box description is a woman's desperate search for her long-lost sister falls into obsession upon realizing that the imaginary demon from their childhood may have been real. Real quick, tell people who Chris Stuckmann is if they don't know,
he's
or why this is important.
He was a YouTube movie reviewer. He's been around for a while. Had wanted to make a film and I guess found a way to get it done. And now we got Shelby Oaks. So I've been hearing about this for like years because I think the production for this happened a while back. It's like, they had to shop it around and do all that.
I know it got, I think they started in like 2021 and delays happened because of SAG-AFTRA strikes.
Yep.
And so this has been through the ringer, but it's here now.
And you tell the homies how we get to watch this one.
Yeah, so we watched it before it even hit theaters. We watched it the second week in October because we were given a screener from Neon, who distributed the film.
We watched it right at home.
It was very exciting stuff. This is a really cool film to have the opportunity to receive a screener for.
It was really cool, especially because this is like one that I've been anticipating a lot. Because I'm really interested to see somebody who's coming from a completely different space, especially the YouTube, like being the YouTube space to like make their first feature film. I think that's cool. I think it's really great that we're kind of starting to combine new media with old media, really. Like,
I thought,
Yeah.
Was excited for that.
And it's just fresh new ideas. Someone that isn't on the normal track of being a director to come out and do it.
I think it's really cool.
I'll say this movie, very unique. I enjoyed it a lot. I think there were things that no one other than a YouTuber would have done.
And I would say there are things that we like complain about when we review movies that I noticed he very actively did not do. Like he was very mindful of some of the biggest issues that we would have. Yep. So I thought that was fun to be like, because I would be mindful of that too because it bothers me so much.
And so he's made a career complaining about stuff like that. And now look at him. Like it's like he's cool. Like let me not make the same mistakes, and I think that's pretty funny. A lot of people who listen to him say now though he's
lighter, like easier,
not nearly as harsh on movies because it's like he understands the process. That's like not the first YouTuber. There's another YouTuber I watched that started producing video games, and he's like gotten so much lighter on how he complains because he understands like the process so much more.
Yeah,
and like there's more respect for it. So we can never have that respect. I need to complain about people's life work.
Well, that's how I am with like books. I don't know why. With movies, I don't feel the same. I guess because there's such a massive team that I don't feel like I'm killing one person. But with a book, it's like one main person wrote that, and then like people edited, but it feels so mean towards that one dude who wrote the book, and I can't rate them poorly. It's just like an issue I have. It has to be like awful for me to give it below 3 stars.
Well, I think Chris Stuckmann would want us to lay into him if we felt the need to. So
we'll see if we feel the need to. Yeah. Matt, so get us started since I know you really liked this. Spoiler. Give us a scream that slayed. Actually, before we get into that, we will not be spoiling the movie. So you don't have to be worried about that. We will not be spoiling.
Yeah, we won't even do a plot description.
We really want you to go see this in theaters.
I do want people to go see this in theaters.
I really appreciated the opportunity we got, but I think this is a good theater watch. So
Scream That Slayed.
Yeah.
This movie has one of the coolest structures I've seen. One of the most unique structures I've seen from a horror movie where it combines... The entire opening of the movie is a mockumentary that then actively moves into real life because the mockumentary is in progress. It's not done. So we're seeing the whole in progress thing up until a point that they're working. And then we cut to where that then transitions to real life, which is when, not a spoiler, we get a title card drop about 20 minutes in. It felt like 20 minutes. And I was like, oh yes, thank you. Cause I love a late title card drop. And so Scream That Slayed, I love the mockumentary found
the
footage
structure,
transition into real life. I thought that was really cool.
I agree that was really cool. And I think especially coming from like a YouTuber who's making a movie about a missing YouTuber and then
That was
bringing
gonna be
in
my
that
next
structure. I just think that's so fun.
Well, that was going to be my next one, so I'll get to that.
go ahead,
once you
just
go.
say it.
That was the thing I was saying that only a YouTuber could understand. It's the internet awareness.
Yeah.
And the way that the internet and YouTube and like viral media functions. I thought there was a complete understanding of that when it came to the Paranormal Paranoids, they were called, the YouTube channel. And it was so fun. It was such old school YouTube, and it was like so funny. And like, I don't know, the way that people interacted with their favorite YouTubers in the comments and the fame that they were able to achieve and the level of production, like their videos weren't even that good. Like it was almost, he was made them seem very amateur, but that didn't matter. So I thought that he almost felt like a historian to me at the time, where it was like, oh, I was transported back to 2008. When like YouTube was still so young, and I loved that. Like, and I think a big studio tries to do that. They are show completely out of touch when it comes to like that world and that media, whatever you would call it. So I thought it was really neat to see that on display, and it helps make the story more grounded and fun. Sorry, long rant, but I just think it's cool.
Yeah.
So.
Mine, I would say, I'm going to give us one that combines a Scream That Slayed and a Bloody Mess.
Whoa, what's that called? A mud, something in the middle. I don't know. Mud.
The mud monster, like
monster.
in Good Boy.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my Scream That Slayed is, we love like a police procedural type film, and obviously this
Investigative.
this is an investigative film. It's not like police, but we love a little investigation, people trying to figure some shit out.
I really, really do.
And I really like that that's the direction that Chris Stuckmann went in with this.
Yep.
Where I think I start to veer into the bloody mess is that I think the investigation portion could have been a little longer and detailed. I think it's it feels a little rushed to me. And because of that, I don't think the conclusion of the investigation is that satisfying.
I'm completely on the same page. This is a 90-minute movie, and I actually think it might have benefited from another 10 to 20 minutes.
I think 10.
10. I felt the same way. This is a similar complaint I had to Long Legs, where Long Legs was I felt like there wasn't really any investigation.
That's all it was, dude.
But it wasn't interesting investigation. This I was interested in. No, I mean the second half of Long Legs is not investigation. Anyway, I do think I thought this. When it ended, I said, "Oh, that's a better Long Legs." About this movie.
What I would say is that it is a worse Long Legs.
Oh, okay. No, that's good. That's good for the viewers or the listeners. What are they gonna make of that?
Well, I think that the end where they go is different for sure. It's not the same answer, which is good. Obviously,
I found this one more satisfying.
And
significantly more satisfying.
That is very fair. I think I agree. I think Long Legs, like the doll thing, almost seems underdeveloped, or like it jumps the shark for a second. And I totally wish that movie got way more surreal towards the end versus this. I do think the conclusion, like what happened to Riley, I think is more satisfying for sure. I just think like because the investigation was lackluster, getting there, I was like, I don't care.
I agree. I think like what happened to her, and then like how things turn out, I found just so perfect for me. But I do agree that my big miss on this movie is we are missing an investigative portion. Like it's there, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we got to the right place. And it kind of feels really lucky.
Yes, and I don't
and
like
pacing
that.
weird. Like it's like, oh my god, we're here already.
And
like we've already rushed into this point.
It's interesting because I really get why that is the case. It's kind of like this predetermined thing.
Yeah.
So I get why that's the case, but it's not satisfying to watch.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get behind that.
Mm-hmm. Another Scream That Slayed for me is that I thought the lighting in this movie was done really well. And that was one of the things I was saying that we complain about, obviously, is movies that are nighttime scenes that clearly were shot in the dark and like not lit well and like look like shit. I'm talking about Game of Thrones.
Yeah. It's more than that.
I know it's in lots of things, but that is like, I think the most glaring, painful example of all time. And I think this movie during the dark scenes are lit really well. You can see our characters' entire like facial features and expressions.
I think so. And yeah, it's clearly like something that he was like, I want my movie to look like a movie. Because that's something we say. There's too many movies that have this like crisp, clean cut. And I wouldn't say that about this.
That's not quite what I'm saying. I'm saying the lighting is good.
No, but that's part of it,
I
right?
think cinematography-wise, I didn't think it was anything that interesting.
I gotcha. I more meant like it didn't look like a Jared commercial, as I put it. And that falls into the lighting area, in my opinion. Okay. But yeah, I mean, tell me, is that a bloody mess for you, the cinematography?
I think I would say it's like a bloody mess, but I do think I would have enjoyed the film had it been a little more stylized. Like that, I think that's part of why like I did really like Longlegs, is like that movie has a visual style to it that I find really interesting and compelling. I've said it on this podcast a million times. If a movie looks pretty, it gets bonus points from me. Like I'm much more easily compelled by a film that looks pretty. Like everyone shits on Men, and like that's totally fair, bro. But like that movie's gorgeous.
You like the way it looks? Okay. I was gonna say, I feel like this leads me to one of my other bloody messes. Oh, saying a bloody mess about this feels so mean.
I know.
So similar to what you said, I aesthetically love the mockumentary portion.
Yes.
And unfortunately, of no fault of his own, the non-mockumentary portion is not aesthetically interesting because he did such a good job with the mockumentary.
Yep.
And that's how I would put it, is it's like...
I agree.
And again, that was a scream that slayed for me, was the fact that we're doing both. I think that's so cool. It's just unfortunate because I don't think you cannot replicate this amazing visual style of the mockumentary into the more traditional style of movie. But I think he did it about as good as you can, is what I would say, especially for a first-time filmmaker. So, but overall, like, I don't have too much to complain about. Like, really, just I thought it was moved a little too fast for my liking. But from like a narrative, I thought it stuck the landing. I thought it really stuck the landing, which I was also like, absolutely no way this movie can stick the landing.
That was,
like, once we got into
saying
it,
that, yeah, we were like, there's absolutely no way this sticks the landing. Yep. I'd kind of heard that some reviews from its festival debut that people didn't think it stuck the landing.
I think it does completely.
I am surprised that was people's biggest critique. I think
for the swing. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I would agree. For the swing that it's taking, I think it sticks the landing better than we could have imagined or hoped.
From the beginning of the movie, you and I were both like, this is so cool. There's no way the direction it goes is going to be satisfying. And then it was. So I was like, maybe that's also why I'm kind of ecstatic about it.
I can't say I find it the most satisfying. Like I'm having trouble like processing how to talk about it because I don't want to spoil what happens. I think in terms of how satisfying it was, it's not a 10 out of 10 satisfying conclusion. And I really can't articulate what it is that my issue is.
And you can't spoil anyway.
So it's like, it just is.
I think this will transition for me. Did you think, because of the way the ending is, I think the ending's scary. And I think there's a lot of good scares.
The ending, last scene, and like the concept that gets us to that last scene is scene does.
And I wanted to say, I feel like the ending is really good, not spoil, but with the whole overarching scare and overarching evil of the movie. Did you find the movie scary though, overall? And did you find this like entity scary?
I think I screamed one time.
Okay.
I think I hid one time in the same scene that I screamed in.
Okay.
But for the most part, I find some of it tense, but not like...
You're an absolute liar. You were so scared.
I was not so scared.
I feel like, or maybe I was scared then.
I don't think it's that scary, but it's not scary.
It's not the scariest thing I've seen. I'm calling you a liar because I remember us watching the window scenes and both being like, oh my God, I can't breathe. Like, or maybe that was just me.
I think there are some scenes that do a really great job increasing tension, but I don't think it maintains it.
I thought the creature design was really good.
And I thought it was actively fine.
Really good in the way they used it with the window. Maybe I said this before. That was a huge fear of mine growing up. Was that someone was out my window? That for years I had that fear. I slept on a specific side of the bed away from the window.
This movie plays on your interest and your fears.
I think it does
really well.
But that's why I was like, I'm sure. I remember you being like, okay, this is pretty scary. But again, maybe I was projecting my fear.
Yeah, I don't think it's the scariest. I would kind of put it in leagues with Good Boy for me.
Okay, whoa. All right, I'm a little baby then. We found a movie that scares me more than you. This might be the first one ever.
Skinamarink.
Fine, Skinamarink. This is the second ever though that I am more frightened of.
Yeah, I gotta think this one through.
Like, I think you made a good point though. Like, I really, when this ended, I was like, I thought it was like pretty excellent. Like, and mind you, I am rating this on a scale that's like a little bit different because of a new filmmaker.
Yeah, see,
and like,
I didn't
have
do
a
that.
little bit. I'm not even a Chris Stuckmann fan. I never watched him, but I just think I'm maybe a little more soft on it. But I think you're totally right that this nails so many things I'm looking for. Out of a scary movie. Like it plays on fears I already have. I love the investigative portion, even if it's short. I love the overall structure, and as we've said before, I like big swings, and for this one to like, I think connect pretty well and land in a way that we thought it had no right doing. Like, that's really going to check a lot of boxes for me.
I would say the way this lands is like a gymnast doing like a really hard fucking stunt.
Yeah.
And
they take
like,
one little step.
Takes an extra step and gets deducted for that extra wobble step.
For a guy that's made his first film, that's basically 100%.
It's pretty impressive.
10 out of 10. What am I saying?
Yeah. It's impressive.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm kind of realizing. I also think this ending was kind of jaw dropping a little bit.
Yeah.
We were both like, oh no. Like, and
it was tough.
I kind of liked that. I think that especially to get a little like nice little jolt at the end, a nice little electrocution, I would say, gut punch, something at the end, I enjoyed. So
I would say my last bloody mess that I feel like mentioning is obviously the movie is about finding her long lost sister. And I don't know if the sister's last scene in the movie, I found that kind of unsatisfying.
I see what you mean. It's tough.
But
because I think it works in so many other ways because of that.
Yeah,
but
and I think what was happening to her before that very last moment and why that very last moment has occurred is compelling. I just don't like the last moment. I don't know how else to say it than that.
Yeah.
Without being like, hey, this is what happens.
Do you have any other bloody messes or screams? Because I want to compare it to some other movies for the listeners out there.
So, like, if you liked these movies, you might
or
like
what this movie kind of felt like to me. But yeah.
Yes. I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay.
You can start that. I made a list.
I'm gonna say some crazy shit because I said it to you after. And I was like, I feel insane. This movie felt like to me like a mix of Hereditary and also Longlegs, and like. Maybe Silence of the Lambs. No, I guess Longlegs already is kind of like an offshoot Silence of the Lambs, or wanted to be. So maybe not Silence of the Lambs, but like I think Hereditary and Longlegs, I get vibes from both. Plus, not same odd, Lake Mungo.
Yes,
like, the found footage. It's like those three movies kind of combined, but like I also feel like it took some really fun elements from all of them and combined them in a cool way. So
I'd say if there are elements of Hereditary, Longlegs, Lake Mungo, and Blair Witch Project that you like.
Oh, of course, Blair Witch Project, of course.
I think it combines.
This is very inspired by this, but not in a copying way.
No.
It's almost inspired in a way where it knows you've seen it, and it's like being like, yeah, you've seen Blair Witch, right? Like, let me. It's like a really interesting way to do it. That I like. Again, it's not trying to copy it. It's more like playing on your preconceived understanding of the Blair Witch Project. Yeah. So go ahead. Continue.
That's my list.
Oh, my bad. I forgot that I didn't say that.
Yeah.
And I couldn't put my finger on where I was like, this isn't copying Blair Witch. It's inspired, but not even inspired's not even the right word. I was like, it's almost like winking at me a little bit. You know, is that a good way to put it? Does that make sense? Or am I am I a raving madman?
I don't think you're a raving madman.
Okay. And I liked it better. I kind of liked the movie winking at me and playing on my knowledge. So, yeah, Stuckmann's like, yeah, you've seen it. I know what you guys have seen. I know what you sickos like. So,
my complaint would just be that there are things about Hereditary and Long Legs stylistically that I obviously like much better in those films. And obviously it doesn't maintain the found footage aspect or mockumentary aspect the whole time like Blair Witch or Lake Mungo. So obviously you know not to expect that to fully commit to those bits.
It really does feel like those 4 movies or elements of those 4 movies. And I think it works. So I said it before. Like, I think it just works.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to say about it, or we want to throw it a little rating?
I think we can give it a low rating.
So again, no spoilers, but my rating, I gave it an 8 out of 10. Ooh. Which feels high, but when I finished, I was like, "Shit, I really had fun." And like maybe upon another rewatch, I wouldn't go that high, or even thinking back. But that was my initial reaction. Was an 8 out of 10. So, sorry, talking too much. What's yours?
I gave it on Letterboxd a 3.5 out of 5.
So that's 7.
For Letterboxd, that felt really good. For my rating out of 10, I'm not sure if I want to stay with a 7 or bump it up a little.
No, I think
closer to a
7.5. I think a 7's reasonable.
Yeah.
I think you can. I'm
in that range.
Yeah.
75%
I
on the
also
exam.
think I might be giving it, in reality, a 7. But like there was something about it that, I mean, again, I'm probably giving them the YouTube bump.
And I'm not doing that. So
I usually don't. I didn't with Talk to Me, but I don't know. This one just feels a little different. Yeah. So on -5 to +5, I don't even know how to do that.
I'll give it a 3.
It's kind of what I was thinking, a +3.
Yeah. I don't think you need to go see this, but I think it is.
It's in my top 10 of horror movies this year.
I have it, I believe, in my top 10. It's definitely in my top 15.
This might even be my top 5, actually, which sounds crazy.
Feels a little crazy to me, but it's definitely 100% my top 15 of like 50 movies that I've watched in the horror genre.
This year?
Okay. It might have landed it like right in the top 10, maybe like 9 or something. I can't remember.
Well, overall, I think we're kind of feeling like, hey, shout out Chris Stuckmann. We hope you get an opportunity to make something else. I hope that this one gets you that opportunity because I'd like to see you with a higher budget.
Yeah, I would like to. I'm really interested to see how he grows as a director, and I do.
Even if he wants to keep doing it, I don't know. I'm sure he does.
I'm sure. I would love to see him do additional films in the horror space.
It totally makes sense Flanagan helped produce this, though. This feels up his alley in terms of like the stories he likes to tell.
Yeah, you know? He helped, like, when Chris was writing it, I read that he would like share bits and pieces with Mike along the way, but Mike wasn't on board as an EP until like post-production.
That's still really cool, though.
Yeah, it is really cool. Yeah.
Well, all right. I think we're wrapping up our bonus content.
Good.
So I've been Matt Hanna.
I'm Hannah.
This is Horror Out the Hannah's bonus content.
Woo.
Stay tuned and stay scared.
Stay scared.
That's
I tried.
What I say.
No, I wanted it more dynamic.
No.
If I said it at the same time.
Stay
scared. Do it.
Stay
tuned and stay
scared.
Thank you for listening to Horror Hour with the Hannas. Make sure to listen to future episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever else you can find podcasts. You can also find us on YouTube, where we post episodes and shorts. You can follow us at Horror Hour with the Hannas on TikTok and Instagram, as well as at Horror Hour on Blue Sky for more content. If you like the podcast, please follow and leave a review on your favorite podcasting app. Happy hauntings!